Very good afternoon to you and welcome to our lunchtime news. I'm Sandro Ferdinando. Before we get into our stories in detail, let's take a quick look at your headlines.
6 killed in accidents involving motorcycles in the past 24 hours. Foreign Employment Bureau incurs operational loss of 150 million rupees in 2014. Court orders indefinite closure of Chunnakam Power Station in Jaffna. Central Bank decides to leave policy rates unchanged.
And now your stories in detail. The Malakam District Court ordered the indefinite closure of the Chunnakam Power Station in Jaffna today. And the Malakam District Judge S. Satishwaran ordered the closure of the power station after considering several petitions which requested the closure of the plant. Health authorities, the Chunnakam police and area residents had filed petitions claiming that waste emanating from the power stations had mixed with water sources and contaminated wells in the area. Meanwhile, the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka has decided to leave the policy interest rates unchanged. The Central Bank of Sri Lanka said that they arrived at this decision following a meeting that took place yesterday, stating that the current monetary policy stance is appropriatable.
The Central Bank of Sri Lanka said that they arrived at this decision following a meeting that took place yesterday, stating that the current monetary policy stance is appropriate. Thereby, they have decided to maintain the standing deposit facility rate and standing lending facility rate unchanged at 6.50% and 8% respectively. The statutory reserve ratio will be 6%. Meanwhile, supported by historically low market interest rates in nominal terms, credit obtained by the private sector from commercial banks continue to expand at a healthy pace. The cumulative credit flows to the private sector during the past 3 months were 147.4 billion rupees.
A special traffic plan is in place around the Ramakrishna and Vivekananda roads in Vallavatta in view of rehearsals being held ahead of the Independence Day. The police media spokesperson's office stated that the special traffic plan was in effect from 6 to 11 this morning, and police also stated that the flow of traffic will be one way on these roads from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. today.
As per the traffic plan, traffic flow on Ramakrishna Road will be one way from Gaul Road to the Colombo Plan Road or Marine Drive. Traffic flow on Vivekananda Road will be one way from Marine Drive to Gaul Road. The rehearsals of the 67th Independence Day was held today. Meanwhile, vehicular movement along roads close to the Parliament was restricted from 8:30 am to noon today due to rehearsals ahead of Independence Day. Police media spokesperson SSP Ajit Rona stated that the traffic plan will remain in effect until Independence Day.
6 people have been killed in 4 motorbike-related accidents over the past 24 hours.
3 people died in an accident involving a motorbike on the Ambalapitia-Ratnapura road at around 1:10 am today. The police said that the accident took place when the motorbike with 3 people on it lost control and veered off the road and crashed. The 3 riders, all females who sustained serious injuries in the accident, passed away upon admission to the Ambalapitia hospital. The victims have been identified as 3 females between the ages of 19 and 21, residents of the Halmillakati area. The bodies of the victims are currently lying at the Ambalapitia base hospital. According to the police, the 3 victims had reportedly been under the influence of alcohol. Meanwhile, 1 person died and another was injured in a motor accident in the Baddegama police area at around 1:45 last afternoon. The accident had occurred at the Ampegama road in the Kiribalavila area in Baddegama when the motorbike collided head-on with a private bus travelling in the opposite direction. 1 person was killed in a motor accident close to the public market down Samudra Mavata on the Gaul Matara main road in the Gaul police area at around 1:55 last afternoon. The accident had taken place when a motorcyclist had tried to overtake a lorry. The victim is a 61-year-old male. A motorcyclist was run over by a lorry and killed at around 12:35 last afternoon on the Mathura-Tangol main road in the Sudugala area of the Gandhara police division. The police said that the suspects who were arrested in connection with the accident are due to be produced before the Mathura magistrate.
We hope to implement a special operation to prevent these accidents from occurring in the future. We urge drivers to exercise caution when travelling on the roads in order to avoid these accidents.
The websites of popular social media networks Facebook and Instagram appear to be down. Now, the sites haven't been available for some time now, and the mobile versions of both sites are not available either. The hashtag Facebook down and has recently appeared on Twitter, and the hashtag already has topped the worldwide trends on Twitter. Moving on to more stories now, the 10th International Brunel Lecture organized by the Sri Lanka Association of the Institution of Civil Engineers was held in Colombo yesterday.
A distinguished gathering including members of the engineering field were in attendance for this lecture, which was held under the theme, Collectively We Are Stronger.
Engineering really is all about serving communities and creating infrastructure for society to improve quality of life. Yeah? So if you're a student and you're just starting your engineering profession, just remember that that's the core principle, and that's what we all exist for, is to improve quality of life for society.
Private bus drivers on the Chilao-Colombo route launched a strike this morning. Now, the strike was prompted by an incident where a group of private bus drivers on the Jaffna-Colombo route are alleged to have assaulted the driver and the conductor of a private bus on the Chilao-Colombo route. A demonstration also got underway in the Chilao town, and our reporter says that the private bus workers who are engaged in the strike are stopping unauthorized long-distance bus services in the Chilao town and are conducting inspections. The president of the Chilao Private Passenger Transport Association, Chaminda Hansa, says the strike will continue until their grievances are resolved. Meanwhile, police have arrested the chairman of the Padithalava Pradeshya Sabha. Police said that he was arrested in the Padithalava town last night for drunken and unruly behavior. Now, they added that the suspect chairman was also produced before a judicial medical officer for an examination. Minister of Foreign Employment Thaladatu Korala says that the Foreign Employment Bureau incurred an operational loss of 150 million rupees last year. Now, the minister says that information has come to light regarding large-scale acts of corruption and irregularities at the Bureau.
After speaking to the Deputy General Managers and other heads in the Bureau, it came to my realization that there are many irregularities at the Foreign Employment Bureau in terms of corruption and fraud. So I appointed a committee to look into this, because from the information that I have received, the Bureau has incurred an operational loss of 150 million rupees. So it is hard to understand as to how an institution that brings in the highest foreign exchange to the country turn out like this. So we expect to find more information on this and take a final decision on the matter.
The police have arrested a suspect in connection to the incident where a sub-inspector was attacked with a hoe in Balangoda. Police said that a 77-year-old retired teacher from the same area has been arrested in connection with the incident. They added that the assault had taken place last evening and further noted that the sub-inspector who sustained injuries has been admitted to the Balangoda hospital. And with that, we wrap up the lunchtime news. I'll see you again at 1:55 with the very latest. For the Newsfirst team, I'm Sandra Ferdinando.
Hotline 0114